All right, yesterday we had a big, intense battle between the Fortune and the Inferno. The Inferno ended up winning 171 to 150. And in that, I actually picked the Inferno to win, so props to me, I guess. But yeah, so the Inferno had a great start in men's singles. They had Blue Baker, Jamie Connell really holding it down for them. Roberto Sid and the Fortune were not able to produce the same level that they had in their previous arcs and matches, which is what really propelled them to those victories. And so, yeah, so Blue Baker and Jamie Connell together really led that men's singles. Moving on to the women's singles, Yusu Arakonda really stepped it up again. She's progressively getting better and better. Her and Naomi Chung together are really beginning to understand how to play this intense format. They're knowing when to like quick serve, which is very cool and very fun for me to watch because it's like they just know when to get the ball in and how to do it efficiently and quickly and get the points that their team needs. Moving on to the men's doubles, Blue Baker, Jamie Connell, once again, they really stepped it up from behind the court with their ground strokes and with their serves. Jesse Flores, Roberto Sid at the net for Fortune could not handle it. They were getting passed left and right. Blue Baker was smashing some flat returns, along with Jamie Connell and his crazy lefty serve. They're just not able to handle it. Moving on to the women's doubles, Inferno, once again, with Yusu, Arakonda, and Chung. They were a lot. And I really thought that Rafaela Lacasse and Victoria Rodriguez for Fortune this was going to be a stronger point of their team. But Inferno ended up winning that bolt. And then moving into mixed doubles, this one was interesting because Inferno was up by a good amount in that bolt. But Fortune came back. They've been coming back, but this was just not in time for them. Coming back, they ended up winning that bolt 34-27. However, too little, too late, I think. They ended up losing 150 to 171. So tough loss for the Fortune, but good win for the Inferno. Moving on to tonight, we have the Freeze versus the Sting. This is a very interesting and fun matchup because the Sting are 2-0 against a 1-1 team in the Freeze, similar to what we saw last night. But the Freeze, previewing this match here, the Freeze have Siona Mendez, who was the MVP of 2025, and Carousel, of course, is the internet sensation and YouTuber. And so that's a very interesting team with names that people may know if they're covering the sport and just around on YouTube, I guess. So, yeah, that's a very interesting team to keep your eye on tonight. But their first week, they lost to Altitude 137 to 185. And second week, they had a win over the Smash 169 to 143. Really tough loss to Altitude, just never really got a foothold and just, consistently were losing those bolts throughout that arc. And with the Smash, Siona Mendez really stepped it up, proving why she was MVP last year. We still haven't seen much out of Carousel, so that's something to discuss for tonight. Moving on to the Sting. In their first week, they beat the Rise 184 to 167. In that arc, Finn Merchant was an absolute stud. And against the Smash, they won 159 to 158, a closer arc. And Finn Merchant was not, the stud that we saw, still very solid, but Juan Carlos Aguilar really stepped up, along with Tatiana Sosnovskava. Yes. Okay. They're saying it on the broadcast, so very hard to keep up on here. But yeah, so she's very solid. We'll just stick with Tatiana for now, but she's very solid. And along with Juan and Finn, I think that moving into this match, they're a very deep team. And, Carousel has not been what many expected of him for the Freeze. And so I'm expecting the Sting to win. So, yeah. So keep your eyes out on this match tonight. And, good luck. And I'll look forward to reviewing this match and then previewing the ones happening this weekend.